and the Glacial Fortress out. And I put in a Zagoth Triome and an additional fetch land. I just wanted to support the Leyline Bindings a bit more. I think they were fine with the way the mana was before. It could never be 1 mana. It could only ever be 2 mana. And there was a little bit of clunkiness to it. This mana base just supports that better. So you get more fetches to find the Triomes more often, and you get the black mana to be able to cast it for 1. And the other change was I took a card that I do think is fine. I was siding it out a lot, but it's fine to have it in there as just a card that's like reasonable game 1, and then you just side it out when it's too slow or whatever. But I took out the Memory Deluges, and I'm trying main deck copies of Subtlety. I wanted to try 3, but I couldn't figure out a way to get the 3rd in without messing with how clean this list is, you know? So I'm going to be trying Subtlety main deck. See, I don't think Deluge is that good. I think Deluge is fine. I don't think it's actually that good. I'm going to be trying Subtlety. Subtlety does some interesting stuff in this format. Does some strong stuff. Gives you some game in matchups that otherwise can be really tough, especially game 1. And it lets you more often tap out for your Planeswalkers and still protect them, still do a thing. If you can, Solitude kind of did this too, right? Slam your Jace, Solitude the thing attacking you. If you can get your Walker down and then keep the board empty for a turn with Subtlety, and then get to untap and have your card advantage Walker in play, it's huge, right? So if you're able to like Subtlety something so you don't have to like down take your Jace or something, or you just get full mana up with your Planeswalker, it seems kind of insane. So I wanted to try this. It gives you game in matchups like Scam, which I talked about a little bit in the chat there before the stream went live. But that is a matchup that can be really tough. And if they go to grief you on turn 1 and you're able to Subtlety that grief, their whole hand can fall apart. Like realistically, that can be the whole game right there. Now, potentially they put it back on top and still have a hand where they can pitch another black card and get to double Thoughtseize you, but at that point they have to put a ton of resources into it. Obviously so have you with the Subtlety, but still, I think that puts you in a better spot. Gives you game against things like, Cavern of Souls, game 1 out of something like Amulet Titan, right? Having Subtlety has been kind of become a classic card to bring in against Amulet because it doesn't care about the Cavern of Souls, kind of like Aether Gust. It's a free Aether Gust or an Aether Gust with a body. So it gives you access to that kind of thing in the main deck as well. We'll see. I'm going to see if I like this card. I'm seeing it pop up more and more. It doesn't mess with your Kahira plan because it's another elemental. In matchups, like draw-go matchups or whatever, it gives you a flash, 3/3, like an evasive flash threat, which is great. Sometimes you're just casting it as an ambush Viper. 3/3 body's pretty big, It can be big tempo plays. You're not always pitching this card. Sometimes you are just straight casting it. You grab your Kahira, play your Kahira, all of a sudden it's a 4/4 flying vigilance. Like, that's huge. It's just a Celestial Colonnade in play, So I'm interested in trying it. I'm a little bit hesitant to be having, so many pitch cards in a control deck, but it might be what control needs to do right now. I think there's a lot of different directions you can go with control, and it's not super clear which is the right way with how Modern looks right now. But I've seen some people have some success with this kind of build, so I want to try it. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same build that we played yesterday. We ended up having a great run with that. We ended up 5-0ing. The list felt super clean. I tried to keep this roughly the same, just swapping out that one card advantage spell for a Subtlety that's going to help in different spots. Keeping the same sideboard. I was pretty happy with the sideboard. I don't think I need to make any changes there. So, Neeble, that is all I ask. That is how I am trying to approach things in Magic lately, and I love to hear other people willing to approach them in the same way. I was always so quick to judge with card choices and whatnot, and I think being more open-minded about unintuitive card choices is a really good way to grow as a player. Don't get bogged down, you know. Great looking hand. Keep that. I mean, reasonable looking hand, right? We have really clean mana, and we've got some good spells. Turn 1 removal spell. Castle Garenbrig. So this is probably Amulet Titan, and here we are with the Subtlety in our main deck. Now, it might not be everything we need, because, right, it still puts it on top of the deck, and if we don't have, like, a Jace or something to get it back into the deck, you know, they might be able to just put it on top and recast it. But, hey, it's better than not having something that can interact with a Titan. We see an Amulet here. I do have the prismatic ending for that Amulet. I'm guessing they have, like, an Explorer here. But they did pick up their bounce land, so that kind of was just a neutral play. They play out a Beseju and pass. Going to go ahead and grab, I think, my Zagoth Triome, just trying to open up that 1 mana, whatever it's called. So, to Prismatic ending this, I need white mana. I'm just thinking, do I want to shock here or just play this and fully tap out? I think it's fine to just play this and just fully tap myself out, you know. Go ahead and get rid of that Amulet and say go. It's not like, you know, control is going to be representing all that much with 1 mana anyways, especially 1 mana from a Zagoth Triome. You just play their Gruul Turf, no Amulet. Obviously, say go. This is going to allow us to have Archmage's Charm up. Ooh. Still think I'm supposed to have Archmage's Charm up this turn. I'm going to play our Island, say go. That is a tempting Teferi, though. Teferi doesn't actually do all that much in this matchup. There is the Cavern of Souls. I'm going to go for a Dryad. Okay. That is going to resolve. The dreaded Cavern of Souls. We are going to have to figure something out. They play a Vesuva, copying a Gruul Turf, probably going to pick up that Cavern, planning on resetting it to Giant. I believe I am supposed to go ahead and just draw with my Archmage's Charm here. Okay. Ooh. Alright. So I could bounce the Dryad with Teferi, planning on pitching Subtlety, or I could hold up Hardcast Subtlety. Tricky spot. Tricky spot. I think I'm going to get the Teferi in play and deploy my Colonnade. Okay. It is nice to get Zarn Cavern, yeah. Like I said, it's Aether Gust on a stick, you know. They're going to Summoner's Pact. Sure. I like that they're... Ooh, and they get a Cultivator Colossus. That's very interesting. They name Beast. I am just going to go ahead and Subtlety this. It's nice. This is going to tie up their mana next turn. because they had Summoner's Pact. They do put that on top of their library. Jace would be a really big draw here. Okay. It's not terrible. What am I looking to do here? Am I looking to cycle a Shark, or am I looking to hard cast a Subtlety? I think it's likely that they're gonna pay for their Pact here, and then have a third land and play out Dryad. Dryad I could kill with Prismatic Ending as well. If they resolve that Cultivator, though, which they're probably going to be able to in 2 turn cycles, things are pretty rough looking. I don't think I want to Solitude. Now this is making me wish I really had Dress Down main deck. What I might do here is pass back, cycle Shark, and then just like uptick to Fairy and plan on having Supreme Verdict, like an instant speed. Oh, they don't have another land. Okay. I don't have a great way of interacting with this beast that they have here, other than finding my other Subtlety here. That would be good. Got a 2/2 Shark. Get an Otawara. Okay. Another Teferi. I guess we are playing a lot of that card. So yeah, I mean, I could hold up instant speed Verdict. You're going to be able to get a lot of lands in play, most likely. Still think that might be the move. I don't think I'm like attacking with Colonnade here. I think I'm just going to play my Hallowed Fountain tapped and say go. Hello. Here comes the beast. What's nice, Dress Down just kills this thing. Unfortunately, don't have that. We do have some on the board, though, right? Yeah, we have 2 in the board. It's kind of nice. That's a good card against this deck. They are going to get their trigger here. Yeah. Pretty powerful stuff. They are probably going to pick up that Cavern of Souls. Yeah. Is Verdict the right move? Is Verdict the right move? I don't know. They had this Urza Saga, probably a Titan coming up. I wonder if I'm not supposed to Verdict yet. I'm supposed to, like, Solitude. I know they have this Dryad in hand. Maybe I'm supposed to just Solitude this turn. Just because I have the Teferi established, instant speed Verdict is pretty nice. I don't think Otawara does seem nice, right? I don't want to return this to their hand and allow them to get that trigger all again. I don't know if it is definitely Solitude, because then, you know, oh, wow. That is a draw. It would have been a much nicer draw last turn, but still a very good draw here. I'm going to attack with both of these and put Kahira into my hand. Now, they have a lot of mana this turn. It might not be enough, but pick this up. Because, see, now, this is my issue with going with that Solitude, right? They have a ton of life still, and I'm potentially deploying a lot of my threats onto the board, and if they then do stuff that I need to do this, well, now I'm wiping, like, a ton of my own cards, where if I get this out of my hand first, and then I use the Solitude after that, I don't know. But now we have Subtlety. Subtlety plus Kahira plus Colonnade could be a pretty quick clock. If I can Subtlety something here and then slam Kahira, it's 4, 8, 10 I'm swinging for. It's interesting. 4 mana. 6 mana. Creature spell. Dryad. Resolves. Cavern. Giant. Here comes the Titan. It's going to be a really, really hard game to win from. A really hard spot to win from, but, I mean, Subtleties... I don't think it's impossible. I think Subtleties may be giving us a chance here. We're going to play another Dryad. Okay. Here's the Giant. Hardcast Subtlety. Toss that back. Put that on top of their library. Again, Jace would be kind of cool. I'm going to start by bouncing one of these, I think. Binding. Okay. Binding is interesting. It's pretty good. I can kill this with a prismatic ending. I could bounce a Saga, but I don't think I like doing that. No, maybe I should have considered that with actually I still can bounce it. I could go 1 2 3 1 2 3, play the other Teferi and still have binding up. Not letting them get an amulet actually seems kind of relevant here. Kind of like that. Another ending. Nope. Nope. Not trying to have Verdict up. Trying to kill this. I have a binding to kill the Titan now. I'm trying to avoid casting that Verdict now. Okay, Jeskai mana. We're going to go ahead and kill this Dryad. I've got a Plains I can grab here and then binding off of that. Alright. Say go. Hey, Peter, thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate it. Hey, Chrissy. Hello, hello. They're going to play their Dryad. I'm sure. Yep. Oh, man, we're 1 off of lethal here. That is going to resolve. See what they go get. They get Valakut stuff. Well, we'll see what they get. They don't have an amulet, which is pretty key. They can give it haste because this makes these tap for red and white. So they get the Valakuts now. This is really tricky. I kind of have to kill the Dryad to prevent all these Valakut triggers, and if I do that, they're going to be able to give the Titan haste and attack. But I still think that's better than all these Valakuts happening. Wiping my board. Right? Perhaps I'm supposed to let these all die. No, because I'm just going to lose to the Dryad. But I have Prismatic Ending that can kill the Dryad, and this is the only thing I have that can kill the Titan. Though, if I'm doing this to protect my board, this is a really tricky spot. I'm gonna proceed by trying to kill the Dryad here. Let's see if they float the mana properly before the Dryad gets eaten or not. Ooh, they don't. They don't. Interesting. They don't float the red-white to give this haste. Do they have another means of doing so? Summoner's Pact. Okay. Gets another Dryad. Sure. Has an Urza Saga to play. Gets 2 triggers. Okay. But now I just get to Verdict. Any reason to not do this at instant speed? I don't think so, because I do it in response to the Valakut triggers, and it fizzles the triggers anyways. If I do it now, I could play the Kahira, but that taps me out of Counterspell. And I think I do want to keep Counterspell up, so I'm just going to say go. God, I have to win from so many different angles. Like, I have to defend myself from so many different angles. I gotta answer these, but this is gonna be a problem. I gotta figure out how to actually kill them. What are they doing pre-combat? They're casting another Titan, it looks like. They are. I mean... Okay, my plan is Verdict, so... This has been quite the game one. Titan's always a really tricky matchup. Do I have to Verdict now? But I wanted them to make all these decisions before they know that I'm casting an instant speed Verdict. There goes everything. I take no damage. I get to keep my Teferi. They have 4 cards in hand. They picked up 2 lands. These all fizzle. Play Vesuva. Copying Saga, I would guess. They're at 12. So now I think the plan is try to race them with Colonnade. That does become an elemental. Kahira does buff it, but not in a meaningful way. It's 3 swings either way. Though Kahira gets in, but Kahira doesn't get in through the Saga. I am at healthy 24, though, so... Yeah, I mean, if their plan is just riding out these Sagas, I think I maybe could race it. I think I'm better up leaving up Counterspell and just attacking with this Colonnade. I also have instant speed Prismatic Ending, which could matter a lot. They can haste their constructs, yep. They can do that. I'm more concerned. I think I beat the constructs with the Prismatic Ending. But I am worried about them ripping another, Titan, really. That's the thing I think I can't beat. get a map. Oh, they wouldn't have a ghost quarter or something, would they? I would hope not. They have Beseiju. Interesting. Beseiju is a way they could have killed Colonnade. But now they're going to Beseiju here, which is going to let me... this actually... I have instant speed prismatic ending here. Might have been better here. Kill it once again. Man, Teferi giving our instance, giving our sorceries instant speed is so good. It is so important, man. I really like being on 4 Teferis with this build. You see my new pup? I did not! Oh, that's exciting. Oh, okay, Teferi's eating the first hit. They can map for another one. How many do they play? Maybe, I guess. I don't know how many they play. Maybe they can. The answer's probably 2, so I'm probably in trouble, but... Yeah, maybe they can. Yeah, that might be the death of us, but, you know, we're just going to keep playing it out. We'll see. There's another Teferi. Here he is. What do you think about this? I'm gonna do this. This is a Vesuva. I don't know. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna get a dude off the table. If I'm worried about another Beseiju, am I meant to like shift gears here? I don't think so. I think I'm supposed to do this still. Okay, they do have another one. Yep. I like the timing they have on this. Doing it before I attack makes a lot of sense. Grab that island. Pass through. So you go. They're gonna make another dude. Do I have another verdict? Do you still have another verdict in the deck? Make another dude. They can attack for a lot here. It's probably the end of the game, but yeah, them having that map for Beseiju, they've been playing this pretty dang well, I think. Yeah, it's going to kill me really quickly. Give the thing haste, gets 2-0, 6, 12. They hit me for 20 here. Ends the game really fast, huh? They might respect the Teferi. Plus it is Zusa. Yeah. I mean, this is you know, a terrible matchup, but doesn't mean we are gonna fight it out. You know, I'm gonna try, but yeah, you never want to see Titan as a control player. Cavern of Souls, Urza's Saga. You know, these are tremendously bad cards for you. Terrible cards. Now it is our best dress down matchup though, which is nice. That is nice. Where are these? Oh my god, he's so freaking cute. Oh, or she's so freaking cute. Sorry. That is an adorable dog. I don't think this is worth countering. They are going to respect the Teferi. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I think I got 2 draws at a verdict here to stay in this game, or else it's going to be over. I think I am okay to just fetch here and grab a fountain within the deck. Binding. That's interesting. Man, if I had countered that. Now I can Teferi Tuck plus play Kahira plus Binding? I think that's actually the move now. Holding on. Holding on for dear life. Holding on for dear life. This is good. They're ignoring my Teferi, so I think 1, 2, 3. I think I get to survive here, right? I block one, they pump the other. I binding what they pump. They go, this has 2-0 in haste. This still is not lethal. This is 6. Now they go in as double strike. I go, okay, here's a binding. I wonder if I should have blocked Azusa, because then it just eats it. He's trade instead. I take 1. They have Justin Azusa in play. I have a Teferi. And I get the turn back. And there's the verdict. And there's another Teferi. This is awkward. This is awkward. I have to kill her. I have to kill her. Oh, I should have put Chalice on 0. Yeah, I should have put Chalice on 0. Just stop summoners packs. Yep. It's one of the few things I can actually use my counterspell on at this point. But so the verdict, I feel like, was like kind of fine to use it there because they're going to be able to make these at instant speed anyways, and just 1 is lethal. So we just die here. If they go for making a dude, giving it haste, you know, potentially. If they go for it, yes. But they have to go for it. I didn't have another play. Right? They need to make the move. They need to go for it. Oh, I guess well, now they're just going to go for it on Azusa, huh? Alright. Yeah, I guess I needed to counter the Azusa. They just have so much mana, it just doesn't make sense for them to not go for it. Okay. Yeah. Alright, they just barely get that one. I mean, no, they had that one convincingly, but you know what I mean. Oh man, Hall would have been really nice. I'm going to bring in Aether Gusts, Dress Downs, Spreading Seas. These are all really strong. I almost want to think about this other verdict. I'm going to get rid of the chalices. I don't think that's good enough. I think I'm supposed to get rid of those. I think Shark Typhoons are pretty poor. I think these are actually pretty good. I think actual Counterspell is kind of bad. And then I'm looking at, like, maybe this. Do I like this? The overlay, I'll show you. You make a browser source, and then you put in this, and you just hit, after the equals, you just put in whatever the Magic Online username you want it to track. So browser source, that's the URL you put in, and then I just put equals Evaros, and so it puts up mine. Yep. It's a really tough match. There's no free wins here for the blue-white control deck. There are free wins for the Titan deck, but there are no free wins for the blue-white control deck in this head-to-head. So you really gotta grind them out and fight them up. Against Titan, you're gonna get some of the grindiest games you'll find in this format. This is a big problematic card for us. Because I can dress down the constructs, and that's fine and good. But, you know, they're still getting an amulet out of it at the end of the day, and that's pretty rough. And getting to make constructs starting on turn 2, you know, getting it pushed so far ahead with the Arboreal Grazer is really rough. We might be able to do, like, play Dress Down on their end step, play Teferi, pick the Dress Down back up, and then Subtlety to counter a Titan if they have one. Because the Dress Down will stay in play if I do it on my end step. Oh, she's so cute, Bombar. So, like, take a little bit of a smack here. Kill the constructs. I can't Binding the Amulet. Not if I want to do the Dress Down play. It's not a white land, but finding a land there is at least nice. I disagree. I think because I have the subtleties, I like the line I took there. Because I have the subtlety to buy a turn, and then I have Dress Down to stop a Titan, and then I have a Binding to kill the Titan, I think my line was better. Yeah, this is definitely the matchup where you, like, wish you had main deck Dress Downs. I think main deck Dress Down is another... Like, Dress Down's another reasonable card to have in that subtlety slot. They kind of have nothing going on here, which is really big for us. Really, really big for us. I like just passing here, and... No, I don't. Because I really want to have this hard cast subtlety up. I think it's a huge deal if I have hard cast subtlety. And then just going like double prismatic ending. Okay, I think I go... Okay. I think I do double prismatic ending. I think I do. I think I do. Because I can still just dress down the Titan and then deal with it. So if they have one. We've got the dress down. Land would be nice. Land is nice. Kind of expecting this turn to just come back. I mean, this seems like a great opportunity to use my Archmage's Charm. It's actually kind of a sick pickup, to be honest with you. That is kind of a sick pickup. They have 2 cards in hand here. I have a billion. I just need to properly use my resources. They get Expedition Map. This makes me almost want to use this Prismatic Ending here to keep this Teferi around. I think I do. Then I can just downtick Teferi on the other one. If they do nothing here, I like Archmage's Charm, drawing. Also, like, time is kind of a factor. I want to make sure I stay ahead on time here. I currently am. While, like, still maintaining reasonable play. Probably going to grab their Cavern. Though maybe they just grab another Saga. You grab a Teleria West. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Corey. Get their Summoner's Pact. Go to send back. Go ahead and Vantress here. That seems pretty good.
Again, just trying to maintain clock advantage. I don't have it by very much, and I have all these planeswalkers, so... Attacking, so I'm ending the game. I have now fallen behind on clock. Trying my best not to. Alright, only slightly behind, but we got the game. Now I need to... I need to think about how I'm going to approach this third game. I'm thinking about Chalice. The Chalice is for 0 to stop Summoner's Pact. Not on 1 to stop Amulet. Again, Kyle, it's not to stop Amulet. Here we go. Obviously, I meant to just reveal Kahira and just clicked through it. I'm gonna try not to make mistakes. Obviously, that was a mistake. Hopefully, that won't come to burn us too badly. Kahira was not a factor last game. Hopefully, it won't be this game. I apologize if this game goes like south because of clock considerations. Looks like they have a really strong start anyways. Good draw. I like them making more guys because I have this verdict in hand. Wow. Oh, I should have played this. I'm wondering if I should steal that map. I'm not going to. Oh, wait. I should have maybe stolen the other one. Sorry for the no commentary. Obviously, I have to play really fast here. I know I had lethal with the hull there, but... Whoo-wee, mama. Wow. What a first match. Holy cow, dude. That was tough. Subtlety was great. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel like that does... that's worth the foil subtlety redeem. Holy cow. I need a second to breathe anyways. That was quite the match. Quite the match. Here you go. MVP. Wait, is this going to be the cat cam? No. MVP of the match. Here it is. There you go, singles. Boom. MVP of the match. The subtlety. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, that was nuts. What a match. I had 37 seconds left in the clock. They had 23 seconds. And we legitimately won. Like, we won the game, right? It ended up not being the clock thing. I missed the Kahira. That kind of would have mattered. I'm just trying to, like, process that. When you have a big match like that, you have a huge foil collection. I am a big foil head, so I have things that I really like. I have foiled out. So I have Control
in Modern foiled out, just blue-white X control foiled out. I have 2 other decks, which is Hammer and Murktide. And then I have my Commander stuff. A foil that never fits a redemption, but you really think is neat. Do I have foil Oko? I sure do! I have 3 of them, and they're garbage. But I also have one, because right here, I have a foil, might be thematically my favorite set of all time. I have Eldraine. I have a foil set of Eldraine here that I won. And so Oko is somewhere in here. But Eldraine is one of my favorite sets, and I have a foil set of that. What is a foil that doesn't ever fit a redemption, but I just think is neat? Well, for that, we need to go to the Cool Stuff binder. Gotta go to the old Cool Stuff binder. If this is just full of cards that I'm like, that card's neat. Alright, here you go. I'm trying to reorient my entire room so that I'm going to have... There's going to be a wall right behind me, but it's going to be... It's going to look like I'm in a little studio. And I'm going to try to have the lighting behind it be much cooler. Yeah. Well, not just the light. So not the lights per se, but yes, the lights. I'm going to try to do it where I had the, like this, like the acoustic foam wall behind me, and that foam I can project lights onto really nicely. So I'll be able to get the cool colors and stuff a bit better, and it should look a lot cleaner. I'm basically going to destroy my room to do it. Right, I'm going to see if I can bring back the sword. The sword is on my list of things I'd like to bring back. It's a little bit hard when I can't really mess with these walls because I'm in an apartment. But, yeah, it would make it so people could, like, pick colors again. All that good stuff. I think I can keep this in. It's going to be a lot of work. Because I have basically I have to take my desk out from the wall and have it just sitting in the middle of my room. Because this is my bedroom. You know, so I'm going to have, like this much walkway in my bedroom. But I think it's going to be able to make it... I'll have a much more professional looking stream. I have, Kings. I have. Alright, so with this, we have a turn 2 leyline binding if we want it. Thoughtseize. Yuck. Zeatura's Proving Ground Thoughtseize. But I do have the sword. It is over there. I could try to bring it back. They take my charm and pass with no land drop. Wow. I think it's fine to not get a white source here. Well, maybe I could regret that. Pass with no land drop at all. I mean, I could put Kahira in my hand. Actually, I'm probably supposed to do that. The downside to this is if they find something to do this turn, and then I can't, and then I draw my land, and now I can't, like, slam Jace on an empty board because I didn't get to binding something. They just pass back. I'm guessing they're going to discard an Archon. They do. I find a land. Okay. I see. So, I don't want to play Jace into that. I don't want to play anything into that. Just going to say go. They can reanimate it. I can binding it. Wow, they just pass back? They have nothing? What the fuck? They're just discarding again? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is play Kahira. The reason why I'm playing Kahira is so that if they once again miss, then I can play Jace, and even if they hit the land to persist, I have the Kahira to sack. Sure. Okay. Now I'm just going to Jace uptick. Say fuck it. I'm just going to Jace uptick and just try to prevent them from... Okay, now I'm going to put Chalice on 2. They find their land. Don't want Jace to be dead to a bolt. Another Archon. You can draw that. They discard it. And now I'm going to try to find counterspells. I find them. Kind of. Kind of. Do I now pick up my Chalice and place it on 1? I think so. Shuffle away the other Solitude. Put it on 1. And counterspell up. Now they can't Thoughtseize or Bolt. And I can counter their garbage. This is going to be a cheeky thing. Huh. I actually think I'm supposed to let this resolve. And binding it. Yeah. The old Jun creativity. Seven, 3. What are you guys talking about? Why am I being booed? Hardcast Shark? I mean, I'd rather just win the game. Sweet. Bit of a weird one. Definitely want Hallowed Moonlight. Aether Gust is probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good. Dress Down is interesting. Veto is interesting, though they have Veil. Rest in Peace is interesting. The Jund one is usually more in... Spreading Cease is actually interesting. I don't think these are. The Jund one is usually more in on the Persists, I think. I think these are like the MVPs. And then these are like pretty good. Least fun way to win the game. I'm so sorry that you did not like the way I chose to win that game. How awful of me. Subtlety, not at its best here. Man, this also turns off Ren. I probably want it. It's like it's kind of shitty in this matchup, but making Ren worse and making the persist lines like not there, that's reasonable. I actually think Dress Down's probably pretty good because we have like all these bindings and solitudes. You can dress down the Archon and then answer it in a reasonable way. I think I don't want the subtleties. Prismatic Ending is not that bad. It's not that bad. Kills Ren. Kills Ren. Can kill Fable Token or Fable. It's not great. I might trim some, but it's not that bad. I wouldn't just like reach immediately for that to be my cut. If you see Bitter Reunion, they're heavy on Persist, at least main deck. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Which makes me want Rest in Peace more. Veto is okay. It is definitely a reasonable counterspell. It counters most of their stuff. But, it's still soft into Veil. I think Gust is pretty good. I think Gust being a counterspell or something that can kill a dwarf or interact with a red and 6, I think it's pretty good. I think I could probably get rid of a Verdict. I could probably get rid of a Shark. Yeah, whatever. 61. This is a tough one to sideboard for. I'm not sure exactly how I want to. A lot of my sideboard cards are actually like pretty good against them. I went to 61, so I found no lands. I do kind of wish I could fit a 25th land in. I am up against Jund Creativity. That binding looks kind of hard to cast. Yeah, we won game 1, which is nice. Don't Thoughtseize me. They kept a pretty sketchy hand. And ours was just, like, functional. They kept a 1-lander with a Thoughtseize, and it took them a while to find their second land. Sure. No fetch land. I'm just gonna fucking gust it. I'm just gonna gust it. They might have Veil. I don't know. Now if they now they lose their Ren, yeah, they can probably resolve like a Fable or something here, but they can't use that Ren to get a land. Yeah, I guess now they get Fable though, or another Ren. All right, I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. Gotta set my stops up again. Alright, so they got Fable with Veil. I'll go ahead and use this anyways. I mean, this is just, you know, everything lining up. They had Thoughtseize into Ren, into Take My Thing, but have Veil, and blah, 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 blah. You know, this is a perfect game for them. Aside from them not having the fetch land on exactly turn 2, this has been an ideal game, you know. It is what it is. I could probably safely concede from this point. I won't, but I could. I'm sure this game is already lost. Another Thoughtseize, gonna go ahead and attempt to veto this. They have another Veil. I'm just gonna go ahead and now move on to the next one. Okay. Man, it makes me want these chalices on one. Creativity has to be one of Blue-White's worst matchups in the meta. Yeah, I'd say pretty handily. I would say almost certainly. Take out one of those vetoes. Like I said, they're pretty fucking bad when they're bringing in 4 Veil of Summers. Which I believe the Jund one legitimately does. Sure. The Jund variant, I think, actually brings in 4 Veil of Summers. Some lists I've seen have had it. No Thoughtseize is nice. Gonna grab our Rogren Triumph. I'm just gonna slam it. I don't see a good reason not to. It's a good draw. They fetch shock. What do you have? Nature's Claim? What? Wow. Actual Nature's Claim. Interesting. Sure. And then another Ren and 6 without... Oh, red. Bitter Reunion. Pitch their boy. Don't pitch their boy. That's really funny. Imagine streaming Modern when Vintage Cube is available. Hey, man, I'm just trying to get views, you know? I'm just trying to make a living streaming, man. The Cube don't do that. Is it fun? Of course it's fun. Of course it's fun. Do I want this, or do I want my second white source? I think I want the cheaper binding. Say go. Cube is good for YouTube. It's not good for me playing, getting videos for YouTube. In fact, Modern's great for me there. You know I was kidding. Prove it. Prove you were kidding. Prove it right now. Proof. Ever heard of it? Who watches CubeTube? I actually do a lot. It's a joke. Ever heard of it? I mean, this is looking pretty good, right? This is looking fantastic. It's a joke. Ever heard of it? Can I steal this match? That'd be so lovely. That would be so nice if I could steal this. Just yank it away. They're gonna like main phase Veil. Like, just like main a Veil because I have Teferi, and then they're gonna creativity, but then I'm gonna have Leyline Binding. Oh. What happens if I steal it again? If I steal it, I just get a creature, right? Hollow Moonlight's in the deck. Like, it'll put a Solitude into play for me, right? Is that my best line? It's controller. So if I take it, I control it. Owned by you, but controlled by me. I get a Solitude. Thanks for the Solitude, nerd. I have assembled blue-white control Tron, which is lovely. Blue-white control Tron is very powerful. That's you, like, bored in an Iona, planning on Archmage's Charm, stealing their dwarf. Boom, Iona, name red, go. No, that wouldn't be good. Look, it wouldn't be good because it's too likely, right? It's too likely that they do it for 2. If they do it for 2 and you steal 1, then you get Iona and they put an Archon and you sack your Iona. You know? It's just, that's not... With control, you can easily keep 1. I don't think that is true. I think we have been talking about how hard this matchup is this whole time, and part of that is how that is just simply not the case. I would disagree with you there. I would say there are a lot of times that... Fuck, man. Jeez Louise. Alright. You can have that. You can have that, Ren. I also just think Jund creativity is bad creativity. Yeah. Alright, we got lethal in play. I have 100 counter spells in hand. Oh! Yeah, whatever. I can only cast 2 of them. I can cast 2 of them plus a Leyline Binding. We win the game. And dude, this would be great if we just... They're going to hardcast Archon. They're tapped out of Beseiju. You're going to ping Teferi. Sure. Might as well do this. I don't see a reason not to. I just not have to worry about the... They can't win. It doesn't matter. Dude, we beat Titan, and then we beat Creativity. I do not think Control should play Orvars. I don't think that that's the approach for that matchup. I think with the other decks, maybe, but it feels really bad in Control. Feels really bad in Control. I think you're better off doing, like, Hollowed Moonlight stuff. Thought Hollowed Moonlight was the tech. Yeah. Did I not bring it in or something? Somebody said no Hollowed Moonlight earlier. I brought it in, right? It is the tech. I thought the first 3 cards I brought in, I thought I did. Did I not bring in Hollowed Moonlight? I thought I said Aether Gust and Dress Down. Wait, not Aether Gust. I thought I said Dress Down and Hollowed Moonlight were the first cards I was bringing in. And then I was like, okay, Rest in Peace and Gust are pretty good. You know, Neeble, that's a really fair question. Why? I mean, these, like, if you're picking bad matchups for blue-white, it's like those. Mill maybe is like the these are some of the like really, really bad matchups for blue-white. Sure. Not a perfect hand, but not terrible. Oh, don't scam me! Alright, it's not scam. Well, it might be scam. Whoa! They're going for it. Wow. They Thoughtseize themselves. Ooh! And I just have a binding if I want. Do I want, though? That's interesting. I wonder if it's better to just Solitude and then have Counterspell up. I think it is. I think I just go discard Solitude. See what I draw. Yeah, if only I had Orvar here. Yeah, I like just pitching. Just roll counterspell into counterspell or draw. They're up on cards, but the rest of their hand, like they have a Fatal Push, which does nothing. This is just Chun Creativity again, unfortunately. Back-to-back Chun Creativity. Pretty free to put this on. Nope. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold out the Archmage's turn. My brain fizzled there for a second and was like, oh, just tap out for this. On your turn, against the Creativity deck, going into their 4th land drop. It'll be fine. Now if they have a fetch land... We know they have a Fatal Push in hand. So that Fatal Push could be turned on because we hit Subtlety instead of Solitude. Boom, Iona. Boom. Iona's in play. Drew it anyways! This costs me an extra 2 life, but conceals information about my draw. And lets me get the Triumph. Best draw here would be Counterspell. Definitely just slamming to Teferi. Mystery card. Push. Nice. Game one. All right. Game 1's a good one to take. It gets harder post-board, though. I mean, we have some good tools, but getting game 1 is nice. Subtlety is pushable. It's also not very good here. I think I take out the Sharks as well. I cut Chalice, right? Nice, Pingo. Nice. That's awesome. I know. It gets Veil and Thoughtseize. It gets 2 powerful cards. But it's hard to find that window. What would I rather cut here? Endings? But endings do have utility. Nature's Claim, too. To protect my resting piece. Wow, that's awesome, Pingo. Ah, I like the Jace. I like the Jace. I like Jace here. Once I stabilize, he's a great way to just pull away. Oh, that's true. It also just gets killed by creativity. Okay, I'm just going to run it like this. Actually, do I need all these verdicts? Verdicts are kind of... I'm going to keep an ending over a verdict. Verdicts, like, you have the dress down. If they do, like, a multiple Archon, you can, like, dress down to stop them, and then verdict. That's kind of a thing, but that's, like, a pretty specific scenario. I think I'm fine just going to one verdict. It's kind of good against the... If they get that situation where they have a bunch of the Kiki things, too. Sure. He said the last second sideboard attempt did not go well. They have 63 cards. It's funny. Whoops. No thoughts he's on one. Blue-white unstoppable. I don't know. I want everyone... Okay. I gotta pull a little bit of an Amulet Titan. You know? I gotta take a page out of the old Amulet Titan book and play down how good blue-white control is. I have to make sure everyone thinks it's terrible because I hate the mirrors. This makes me think they're trying to set up a Veil situation. I feel like Dovin's Veto would be worth it. Dovin's Veto is not bad, but again, specifically Jund Creativity, they bring in like 4 Veil of Summers. Like, oh, what a blowout. That's such a good draw. So it's like really rough. Like Veto is really rough when they're just going to Veil you anyways. Bitter Reunion. Yep. They definitely have Veil. I'm going to do my best to play around it. Pitching Push. Interesting. Man. I really want to get this Teferi down, but... Yeah, exactly, Kyle. This is why Hallowed Moonlight is such a powerful card, because it just doesn't care about the Veil. It just deals with it. And, of course, it has other applications. Now, if they're just getting a Dwarf here and letting me counter something, that's also... I'm good with that. They can't Veil a Creativity here. They're not getting a Dwarf. Yep. I wonder if someone has a Veil. Oh, shit. We needed a white land. Sure. I am put in an awkward spot here. This exact turn. Them cycling the Veil there, I think, was a good line. What makes me wonder if I should have done the Teferi. Because now... Why not bounce the token? Oh, you know why. Because it had protection. Now they could potentially get a multi-creativity off. I don't think I can afford to binding here pre-combat, though.
Fuck me. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm getting rid of all of their looting shit. I've got a counterspell up to stop a creativity. I just need to answer this board. They're going to have infinite mana. They got dudes in play. If they got the creativity, they got it, I guess. I think I got to stop this. 1 card in hand. Hey, Jess. That's a good question, Dullard. I like Grixis if I was picking one, I think. And then like 5 colors. Obviously great too. Man, it's... Okay, they're throwing 2. They're throwing 2 there. How's it going? It's going really well. Alright, they're just going to jam a huge creativity. Oh! Okay. I don't know when the exact right timing to do that is, but pretty confident I'm going to do it either way. So they have 1 card in hand. They're using it. It's terminate. They have no cards in hand. Getting in for 5. Sure. I think you should just ping me. Wow. Last goblin. Or dwarf, whatever. The difference between 2 and 1 is small-ish. Whoa, cancel. Wow. I'm drawing like a psychopath. I can use this as a counterspell now to stop another creativity. I was gonna just do it. I'm like, wait, I have Teferi in play. I don't think I'm supposed to cycle the dress down because they can hardcast Archons, and I can uptick, and then downtick bounce an Archon. Yeah, they kept in push. That is weird. Am I better to cycle one of these or Vantress? I kind of like Vantressing. This kind of does nothing, though. Oh, earlier they said they accidentally were doing some quick last minute fetchings. So close. So close, so close. Did my best to keep fighting there. I still don't think Chalice is worth it. I don't think so. I could be wrong, though. You think more Hollowed Moonlight in the sideboard? I would agree if I knew I was going to play against Creativity multiple times in this league. Creativity's kind of been on the downswing, though.
I think a lot of the decks that Hallowed Moonlight are good against are just on a pretty big downswing these days. So I think the card's still fine, but I would not bring that card in against Hammer. Good draw. Works versus Stone Flash on Germ tokens. No, it doesn't. Right? It's... Wait. It... I guess, because it stops all tokens. That's not worth it. It's still not worth it. No, I know it works against Urza Saga. I still don't think you want it in that matchup. That can't be worth it. Yeah, you definitely play Dress Down, but I don't think you... Fuck. I think we lose this one. They got me in a really rough spot. Unless I draw, like, super hot here. Which I did not. I disagree, Kyle. It's okay. I think you and I have very different philosophies when it comes to control. That is what I've picked up on. Hey, what's up, Mr. McChillin? Which is fine. It's totally okay to have different philosophies on that kind of stuff. Oh, McChillin, thank you. Well, Nebel, you have horribly failed if that's what you're going for. I really needed them to not go for 2 here. Yikes. Hey, board. This has been a league of bad matchups, though. We're 2-0 right now. We played against Titan and then Creativity, and now Creativity again. It's pretty brutal. It has been a brutal league. All right, I'm gonna try to find our verdict with this Castle Mantras. But you know what? We've been winning, so that's cool. Obviously, it looks like we're picking up our first loss here. It's pretty close to winning the last game, too. Just going to find my Jace or Teferi. People wanted me to cut Jace. That's crazy. That's all I needed. Okay. That was an absolute fucking destruction. But, you know, that's why... no one's playing Control, and millions of people are playing Creativity, you know? That deck is really good. Terrible matchup, too. Control might as well be a buy for Creativity. I'm really surprised we were able to win a game there, or win a match. But we couldn't keep that insane streak up forever, right? Sure. It's like rhinos? No. Maybe? Yeah, it might be, actually. It's not. It is domain. Could be rhino. It could be domain rhinos. Yeah, if they're killing that chalice on 0. Nope. I'm expecting to have to verdict, and I want to have Archmage's Charm up next turn. Okay, so I feel like they're going to rhinos here. I'm probably just going to... Actually, they don't have double blue, so I'm going to, like, upkeep, steal a rhino. So they don't have double blue here, so they can't hardcast Force. But they could pitch Force, so I'm going to do that. Holy shit. Okay. I can get fucked. Okay. Oh, I could have grabbed Triome there. I should have grabbed Triome there. And I don't think I'm supposed to hit that. I think I'm supposed to hit... Maybe I'm supposed to hit this, get my chalice back. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Leave them with Teferi, and then I'm just all tap out with my Jace and Verdict and stuff, and that's like fine. Yeah, that might have been better. This version of Rhinos is much better against control than normal Rhinos. Normal Rhinos is pretty good against control, but this version's, I think, better. Obviously, because they have fucking Teferis. This surprises me. I really messed up not getting that Triome last turn. That's going to really fuck up this turn. What the fuck? I'm definitely worried about, like, dying some random thing here. Force, pitch, fire, and ice. Force, pitch, fire, and ice? You fucking crazy person. Why not just fire and ice me? Just fire me. You psychopath. Stop doing that line. It leaves you with no Teferi, and Teferi's good against me. It gets you another card, but it leaves you with no Teferi. I'm not going to play the Time Raveler if I can't have Archmage Storm up. I just want them to cast like a Draco or something this turn. If they don't, I'm just taking the turn back. Then I'm going to play a Raveler. They have 6 cards in hand. 6 spells in hand. Could all be Become Immenses. Oh no, opponent. Opponent. Wait. Opponent. It's still there. Opponent, no. Opponent, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh no. I've made that same mistake. I did that same thing. I don't remember what the exact situation was, but I know I did that exact same thing.
Yeah, it was... No... I can't remember the exact details. I think I was playing against Hammer. Oh, yes, I was the Hammer... You're right. I was the Hammer player reacting to it. And I preemptively skilled my creature, and then it targeted my Hammer, and I was like, oh yeah. Duh. Dude, I'm at 1 life. I'm at 1 life. Oh man, they're just missing it every chance. That was... That was a little painful, but... Alright, I like Verdict, I like Gus, I like Veto. Excuse me. Moonlight. And this is an option. No, this is just good. They have Teferi and... Okay, I want these 8 cards. Bring in these. Subtlety's out. Man, how do I fit all these in? Shark's out. Blue-white good and modern. It's fine. It's not one of the better decks, but it's playable. Prismatic Ending is a 1-mana answer to kill some number of rhinos, but... maybe like this.
I don't have a great sideboard plan yet. Like, I don't love the way I'm approaching some of these matchups with my sideboard. Play my Triome. I'm in a prime spot to get fire and ice for sure. Yeah, Moonlight. The thing is, Moonlight's like Dress Down. It has text in a lot of matchups. It's just because it has text in a matchup does not necessarily mean you should bring it in that matchup. But that's why it is nice. Right now, it's making a wave because it is a pretty versatile sideboard card. And at the very bottom, you know, it at least cantrips. Bare minimum, it's cantripping. Alright, so I have counter your Teferi. Then I have play my own Teferi to stop your Cascade. But if you have Force plus Cascade, I then have Verdict to clear your board. I think I like that move. I'm going to tick up. Because if they have Binding, if they have Binding, I'll wish I went down. But if they have, I want to protect it from a Fire and Ice. And if they have Binding, I can get it back with Binding. If they have Binding Cascade, they have Fetch Pass. Fetch Shock Pass. Oop. Now they're making a move. 4 mana, Odawara Bounce. So you drew Force. I'm gonna replay it. Okay. Odawara Bounce there. Okay, so that was wrong, obviously, right? If they wanted to make that play, they should have Odawara Bounce on my end step. Not on their second main. I've got my double white set up, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my other Triome to get my Binding from one. I will say this league, it has definitely felt like having this other Triome to have 1 mana Binding has definitely been worth it. For the previous build, had a Glacial Fortress and a... what? It was a Glacial Fortress and a Mystic Gate. And I cut a Mystic Gate for the Triome, and I cut the Glacial for another fetch, the 8th fetch. And I would say the mana has felt so much better. Being able to 1 mana Binding is so good. I will also say I've been seeing a lot of control lists not playing Binding, and I think that is wildly wrong. Like, Binding is so good. I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change at some point, but I think Binding is like an insane Magic card, and you should definitely make the small adjustment to your mana base that you honestly were probably already making for Prismatic Ending to play Binding. Like, 1 mana, instant speed, answer any permanent. Like, what? That's insane! That's insane! That's so good. We wanted, like, Swords to Plowshares or whatever. This is 1 mana, they don't gain the life, it answers any permanent at instant speed. The difference is obviously, like, you can't do it on turn 1, right? But past turn 1, that's what this card reads. The other downside is, of course, it's an enchantment, so they could answer it, right? They could Beseiju it or whatever. But the flip side to that is, there's also situations where you're hitting things like construct tokens and garbage, where then you can pick it up and use it again! I have been Beseiju'd plenty of times, but I've also picked them up with Teferi. You know, I've also picked them up with Teferi and used them over and over. I don't know, man. I think not playing Binding is just... I don't know. I don't know. All right, one more match. One more match. This has been a great league. Awesome league. Man, the other... I know it's garbage. With these bindings and these Shark Typhoons. I want to be a Hall of Heliod gamer, but it also is a non-bow with binding, and it's so bad with Archmage's Charm. But the late game Hall is so psycho when you have bindings and Shark Typhoon. It's like, oh, counter my binding, pick my binding up, whatever. Shark Typhoon, cycle it, pick it up, cycle it, pick it up. I'm going to do this for the rest of the game. And in a control mirror, you break the control mirror wide open. What are my plans after this league? I believe I am just calling it after this. So I think that this league this stream had to be a one-leaguer. Gosh, it's like really hot in my room. Yeah. I wasn't... I don't know. I think it needs to be one leaguer. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I hope it comes out clean, dude. I can't wait to show it off if it looks good. I'm spending tomorrow. Everything you see in this box tomorrow will change. And I'm hoping... Well, not me. Okay, everything except for me that you see in this box tomorrow will hopefully be changed. But you won't see me tomorrow. But you'll see me Tuesday. I'm going to try to make it look sweet. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I'm going to try to make it look clean. I'm going to try to make it look like I'm not just sitting in my bedroom. That's the goal. Oh, damn, dude. We have 145 people here. Thank you all for hanging out here today. I am going to put this chalice on 0 for Asmo. But you are sitting in a bedroom. I am, but I don't want it to look like I am. I'm going to make it look like I'm sitting in someone else's bedroom. I'm actually going to make it look like I'm sitting in your bedroom, Lord Michael. I'm going to be modeling everything to look like your bedroom. I hope that's not weird for you. They're probably... Just talk about room kings. I'm about to basically bring my room down to, like, literally no living room, but make it very... Just, you'll see. You'll see what I'm going to do. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass here, and that gives me the option to Teferi plus Prismatic Ending both tokens if they commit to just making 2 of them. If I play the Teferi now, just gets hit by a token. I can't really do anything with it. Ooh, I would love to borrow that, Sam. Can we choose tonight, or are you going to be busy? I'll message you in Discord. Check your Discord, Kings. They're going to sack one. What is happening? We're in combat. Okay, I think they just realized that they're in combat. Now they're following the play up with a Wren in 6. I think I just want to counter the Wren in 6. Because I'm going to be tapped out next turn. So I Subtlety, they put it on top, and then they get it again. I do not want them to be able to pick up this Saga. Okay, I like that more. Do I? Yeah, I think so. I think killing the goose, too. I think so. The other one leaves me with a Teferi in play, but... What can we do in the sideboard to make creativity easier? Creativity is just going to be a hard matchup. I do think that Hallowed Moonlight is a good sideboard card. Because it gets around Veil. Sometimes you just have to accept there's going to be some tough matchups, and I do think that's one of them. Alright, they're going to get the Asmo. Which is kind of interesting, because Asmo's like kind of shit. I'm surprised they're like trying this hard to get an Asmo. I guess they just want the cookbook. I don't know. I can bounce Asmo. You can throw this at, no, you can't throw this at Planeswalkers. I can bounce Asmo, and it's just stuck in hand, and then I can Prismatic Ending this, maybe. Yes, you are, Kings. Yes, you are. Good draw. Bouncing Asmo with the Chalice in play, kind of kills the Asmo. Kill the Seeker. Kind of a scary turn right here. Well, a goose isn't scary. Cookbook isn't all that scary. They can make a lot of food here. I'm looking for a Jace. I'm looking for a... Ooh, they pitch a Feasting Troll King. Okay, hold on. Let's not F6. Sacrifice 3. Return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, cannot Subtlety that. That is scary. Vigilance, Trample, huge. Oh, my God. What a draw. What an absolute champion draw right there. Teferi, the hero of Dominaria, coming in. Getting rid of that. Put it in the trash. By in the trash, I mean into your deck. Then we've got Subtlety. Well, I guess they'll just discard it, but... and do it from the graveyard again. But still, that was a good draw. They are casting things. They are casting things. They are uncasting things. They're changing their mind. They're pitching things. They're making more food. Yes. Yes, yes. They're making even more food. Yes. We know they have an Asmo in hand. We know they have a Daredevil in hand. We don't know the last card. They're going to cast a Daredevil? Resolves. They're going to cast a Goose. Wait, yes, okay. So their last card is Asmo. going to cast Subtlety. Untap, have Charm up. Now, maybe I was supposed to draw with Charm. I don't know. This is going to be tough to... They can just keep picking these up, but they can't get black mana if I can kill these geese. I need Teferi to keep giving me the old goodies here. I'm gonna block because they can keep getting that guy back. How do I break out of this? Prismatic Ending? I'm going to get the Troll King back too, but I can bounce the Troll King with 3 mana Teferi. So I think I need to find an... Oh, Binding. I just need to find one of my exiling removals here. I can't cast it now because I don't have the Jeskai one, so it can't cost 1 anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw. Okay. I think I want Castle Vantris first. 1, 2, 3, 4, Vantris. Whatever, I'm just gonna pass here. I guess I could, well, whatever. Binding, and yeah. Answer that. Asmo in hand. Feasting Troll King in hand, I think? Yeah. Okay. They're going to pitch it. I'm going to try to find another one of these. I got Vantris. If I miss it, I've got Teferi bounce him to buy more time. That's not bad. That's instant speed. I like just passing with everything, so I have Verdict plus Subtlety up. This means I don't get to Vantris, but like I could have float. I think I could have Vantrised and then not had Subtlety up during their turn and just had Verdict. Hey, what's up, Ryan? How you doing? Thanks for the sub, man. 57 months. Not long enough. A mere 57 months? What'd you just get here? Clearing the geese. That's nice. Again, we know there's that Asmo in hand. I get to bounce here. Sure. Is this the list you're playing? This is the list I'm playing. So now I have watching you for this long. It's only been like 6 Yeah, Brian. Actually, Shardless and I do too. Shardless is also one of my like in-person friends. That is spicy. I go further. I go further beyond. They get to discard their Asmo here. I think I just subtlety. No, I just let this happen. This is fine. I just let that happen. I have 2 more Teferis in my hand. Oh, that's an annoying card. If only Leyline Binding could get rid of that. If only I had something that could get rid of that. I'm playing all these white removal spells. Why am I not playing March of whatever? I like that card. I like that card a lot. I should be playing that card. Yeah. I want both of those. Alright, opponent. How many thingies can you beat? I'm actually going to bounce the Saga. And bounce the Jace. Bounce with the Jace, rather. Did he know you, or was it through the window at night? No, I knew. Him and his son would play Magic at my LGS. Actually, you know who Shardless Rhino is? For those of you that have heard me tell this story, because I've told it a bunch of times, of why I like Iona so much, Shardless Rhino is the person that had the mono green deck that I put Iona in to play a named green. Whenever I talk about Iona, I always talk about the time that I cast Iona on green. That's Shardless Rhino. Yeah. He was like, I don't like Commander. And then I did that. And he's like, this is why I don't fucking play Commander. Oh, yeah. Good times. Good times. So I'm just trying to progress this game towards a Teferi ultimate. End of the sentence. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. What a lovely draw. Honestly, I think this is fine to do. Oh, yeah, because they can't make enough food anyway. I just need to be conscious of my clock now. Close game, yeah, I think so. You know Control's doing well when the permanents get this small. You think they would concede here? You know, clock's a real thing. I'm behind on it, so I'm gonna try to start playing really quickly. And they do have some reasonable like inevitability, but I don't think it's gonna get me here. As long as I can ultimate this Teferi, this game's over. I didn't fetch there. I'm drawing another land now. It's whatever. I literally just have to not let them touch this Teferi, and I have so many ways to make sure they don't do that. You just drafted Iona. Yes. Draft the Iona. Feel the pain of the Iona. My favorite reanimation target of all time. Right there. That's a cool one. It shan't work, opponent. Your efforts will be futile. And now they're just playing for time. I'm just not going to activate my Planeswalkers. No reason. They have no permanence. Just kill them with 2 swings. F6. Our opponent is doing what is known as the coward's move. It's a move, you know. It's definitely a move. You forgot Kahira. I didn't forget shit. You know, it's definitely a move you can go for if you are in fact a coward. But if you are a coward, all right. Well, I like these 3 cards quite a bit. I like Spreading Seas too. I think Aether Gust is actually pretty good too. Dress Down's pretty good. There's a lot of good cards here, isn't there? The problem is, what isn't good? These are kind of whatever. The Chalice stops Asmo, and that's not bad. I mean, this can stop the Troll guy, and I probably don't need, like, as many of these, honestly. What if I'm just, like, all board control? Forget the counter spells. Do I need the Subtleties? Do I need the Chalice? This is what I'm thinking about cutting. So I can just have all these great 2-drops that are really strong. They have Besage You anyways. I think Chalice is not worth. And I'm just like all exiling removal, good hate cards, way to deal with Saga tokens and all that. I'm like, oh, a Subtlety. This seems good. Do I want Moonlight? Do I want Moonlight over another Subtlety? Moonlight, it can stop an activation of a Saga, which is like not great. It can stop them from bringing back the Troll King. Chalice on 1 against Goose and Needle. That's not good enough for me. Needle's off Saga anyways. Worst case, it's Cycles. Yeah, I'm going to try that over the Subtlety. I don't think this is a Subtlety matchup. I'm going to try it. It might be a stretch, but I'm going to try it. We'll see if we like it or not. Maybe we don't. We cut it for game 3. All right, so kind of like that other matchup. I'm going to treat this as I'm already pretty low on clock. I'm 3 minutes down. I'm going to play pretty fast and probably not be able to focus super hard on chat. I'm going to keep this hand. So let me try to play quickly here. It's going to be tough enough to get through this one. We're going to grab our Triome. We're going to grab our Jeskai Triome. Double white Verdict. I have a green splash here. There's no way I can get all 5 colors here. So. Yeah, that's good. But, you know, Rest in Peace is strong against it. Do they not have another land? They use the Goose token there. I'm gonna grab that Triome. Hello, Rest in Peace. Not currently technically doing anything, but it's interacting with the Ren. It does seem like they're missing their second land drop. I don't think they would use. I don't think they would have used the Goose Treasure if they had another land there. So I think it makes sense to do that. Unless they had Saga. Maybe their other land is Saga. Maybe they'll play Saga here, and then I have Dress Down for that. That would make sense why they would like keep this hand. They had like a Saga Ren hand. They just had to do it in that sequence. Next turn I have like tapped Hollow Fountain, and then I have Leyline Binding up or Dress Down. It's feeling like Rest in Peace is doing some work, right? They just cracked and are like, well, maybe they have Besage You for it. No Besage You. Yeah, I feel like they don't have another land. Looks like they don't. That is good. Verdict is a pretty nice pickup here. I'm going to say go. If they don't do anything I need to Dress Down, I can Binding the Ren if I want to. I have to read this guy again. Enters a benefit under control. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you can reveal and put it in your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. They're going to pass. Do I leave the Ren in play is a good question. Man, part of me wants to Dress Down just to look for that other land. Because a Verdict here just looks really potent. I think I am... I know I have this Rest in Peace, but I don't think this Rest in Peace is necessarily going to be there forever. I'm going to use the Leyline to get rid of the Ren for now. That might be a mistake, but... I just hit the land. That's great. I think I want to kill it because they have artifact production here. So I think Rest in Peace... Like, this just looks like a good spot to Verdict to me. They just have, like, nothing going on here. That's a really big draw. Finding that land. I don't know if I like that leyline line. I don't know if I would go with that again. It does make my, like, resolved walkers a little bit better, because they don't have a thing to, like, ping away at their loyalty. And they're going to Beseiju the Binding, which gives me my land to get my Teferi down. I love this, because this really does not accomplish all that much. They just spent their turn to get Ren in 6 with a Rest in Peace in play that does not do anything, but ramped me. I think that was just, like, a huge miss. I mean, I don't know what their hand is. But now I'm just going to slam Teferi and have Binding dressed down. Wow, that's another great draw. I am going to get the Teferi down first. I'm not going to, like, tuck this or anything like that. I don't think that card's doing anything. Like, I already think my Binding was kind of a waste. Now my Binding feels great, though. Like, now my Binding was, I got the land. They Beseiju'd it. It was great. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like that was phenomenal for me. A lot of hate pieces here. Stony Silence is just going to be huge if I get that in play. They have another Beseiju, but they're going to put it into play. They're going to ping Teferi, sure. And they're going to pass the turn. Wow. I love that. I'm going to draw. I'm just going to play Stony here. I think Stony's just super powerful here, rather than playing my Jace the Mind Skull. I think I could play Jace, but I think just playing Stony, untapping all my lands, having Solitude up, having Dress Down up. They're going to Endurance. Yeah, see, I like having all this interaction up. Because now I've got, like, Solitude plus Binding. Just trying to be conscious of my clock. I sort of have Solitude plus Binding. I do. And I am just going to go ahead and Solitude this guy now. Elemental on Elemental Violence. And they've had enough. 4-1. 5-0 into a 4-1. 9-1 with blue-white control. 9-1 in this modern economy with blue-white control.